under your feet. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I just talk about the I love that we love. Nobody's talking no racism on this channel at all. We don't do that over here. Just got through watching Spence versus Porter and Crawford versus Porter. And that's why I'm here. I got to make my comments about what I saw and certain things in that fight. First, I want to say shout out to Errol Spence. This is not an Errol Spence diss video. I am a boxing fan. I love the sport of boxing. I really love the sport of boxing. I'm not a casual. When I say Errol Spence won't win this fight, it's not because I'm an Errol Spence hater, as some say. It's strictly off skill set and things that I see. That's all it's about. Like I said, I watched both of the fights. Seen Sean Porter. Thank Sean Porter. Got to give a shout out to Sean Porter for giving us hella fights and entertainment throughout his career. I was smiling as I was watching Sean Porter because Sean Porter literally goes in the ring and gives his all. Now, what I seen in that fight, and when I'm speaking of Spence's fundamentals are great in boxing. Let me say that first. You would be crazy to say, hey, Spence's fundamentals is why he gonna lose if you didn't understand what I was saying, because fundamentals pay the bills, skills pay the bills, and Spence has those skills. He's an excellent fundamental fighter. Whoever trained and taught Spence boxing, they trained him well. They showed him Spence don't really make mistakes. His defense is tight. He don't really make mistakes. He's a hard, difficult fighter to deal with. So you're going to have to really be real careful in the ring with him. That's why I can understand why a lot of his fans go for him the way he do. Because I see the technique. I see he's big. He's a strong fighter as well. But his fundamentals is his punch pattern and fundamentals and his aggressive style is why he won't beat Terrence Crawford. Spence, his aggressive style coming forward like that, it will only give Crawford more opportunities to catch him or catch Spence when he's opening up. Like I said, Spence has a tight defense. His fundamentals are great. He barely makes mistakes. The only time you ever really see Errol Spence get caught is when he's opening up. So, in my opinion, I think that those are going to be his downfalls in that fight. A lot of people are going to expect a firefight. A lot of fans are going to be upset and talk trash about Terrence Crawford after the fight. A lot of fans going to say Terrence probably made the fight boring and they're going to try to put it on the Shakur Stevenson level because he doesn't have to. Terrence can fight Errol Spence Jr. off the back foot. And one thing that's going to set Errol Spence up is his fundamental jab. Every punch that Errol Spence throws, he comes behind the jab, even if he's setting you up. And some say that Spence isn't really a counter puncher. I saw you. He's a counter puncher, but I'll say he's an opening puncher. You see what I'm saying? If you throw a punch and Spence sees an opening, he gonna counter you. He don't really look for it, but if you slip one time and you leave yourself open, you will be countered by Errol Spence. No, he's not really that much of a counter puncher at all. I wouldn't say that about him. He's not that much of a counter puncher. But if you leave a shot open, he's gonna take it. But when fighting Terrence Crawford, I don't know if Terrence gonna fight him southpaw, if Terrence gonna fight him orthodox. It's gonna be one of those ways he gonna fight him, y'all. And whichever way he gonna fight him, his fundamentals are gonna set him up. His aggressive style is gonna set him up. Spence cannot fight going backwards. I think we all know that. It's not being biased to say that. He's still a hell of a fighter. He don't have to go backwards. He don't have to, know how to fight going backwards to be a good fighter. The competition that he's fought, they were all flat-footed fighters. They are not fighters that can move around like Terrence. Me personally, I think the Spence and Crawford fight is going to look sort of like Crawford versus Victor Poster. That's what I think it's going to look like. I think it's going to be a lot of moves by Terrence Crawford. It's going to be similar to the David Benavidez fight as well, too. The Jose Benavidez fight. It's going to be similar to that fight as well. It's going to be a lot of moves by Terrence. A lot of fans going to complain about that because it's going to outbox Errol Spence's fundamentals and his aggressive stuff. He may even get caught and hurt from using that jab too much. Because let's say Errol comes through. But Errol Spence with that the way he spreads his feet. I can see Errol coming in, throwing his jab and missing and getting counted. I can see Errol coming forward all night and getting outboxed by Terrence Crawford. Now, when it comes to inside fighting, I wouldn't. Both of them are animals in the inside fight. And so I saw what he was doing with Sean Porter in the fight. Even though there was a lot of low blows, they were saying, but really, had his trunks up very high. So some of those low blows came from those situations. It wasn't like I don't think Spence was literally trying to low blow Sean Porter. But that's how I see it, y'all. I see Victor Postal, a combination of Victor Postal and Jose Benavidez put in one fight. And I can't say by knockout or stoppage, but I will say that Terrence will probably beat Errol Spence by 12 round via decision. 12 round unanimous decision. I think that's what it's going to look like, y'all. And like I said in the beginning, I understand. I see what the Errol Spence fans see. You see a dominant fighter, a fighter who you have seen go out there and dictate the entire fight with most fighters. But most of those fighters are flat-footed fighters. Most of those fighters are not counter punchers, combination punchers like Terrence Crawford. Those fighters can't switch from southpaw like Terrence Crawford. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I think that Errol Spence is going to lose this fight, due to his fundamentals and his aggressive style, all the time. And I think that is how he's going to get beat. That's how he's going to get beat. But it has nothing to do with, Errol is just a bad fighter. Errol don't have this. I think Errol is still one-dimensional. I always say that. I always say he's a one-dimensional fighter. I can't take that away. But I still see the good in what he does in the ring. I can see how he became a unified welterweight champion. But at the same time, it's not enough, in my opinion, from what I see, to beat Crawford. I really believe that he's going to set himself up. He's going to set himself up the whole. I really think he's going to set himself up for that. Is Crawford going to fight Spence? I don't know. That's what we waiting. I'm waiting like you waiting. The whole world who love the sport of boxing, we all sitting out here waiting for the day that they just come out and say that this fight will be going on. Everybody keeps saying September, October, whichever day it come. I'm happy with whichever way it come. Long as before this year out. Hell, they could even have the fight on Christmas, man. That would be great. Everybody will be off. Everybody, what I'm saying? That would be a great time. I just want to see the fight. Crawford win by right hook or uppercut in the 10th. What's up, Easy Boss? Nothing much. Errol is not walking down Bud like that, like he did you. Oh, hell no. Nah. Oh, no. That's exactly what I'm saying. Look at the opponents of which he's fought. A lot of these opponents are flat-footed fighters that come forward like he does. So, with his fundamentals and his jab, him being bigger, longer than most of them, and look at, like Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia isn't really fundamentally sound as much as Errol Spence is. That was just his way of going to get the win against Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia can't move that much. He's not a move-around fighter. Danny Garcia, like they say, Danny Garcia punches so hard that he make your toes go numb. The reason he make your toes go numb like that is because he be flat-footed throwing them punches. He hitting you with everything. You know what I'm saying? He ain't off his feet. That's why Sean Porter lacks power. Sean Porter, he punches off his feet. He punches off his feet, so that's why if you see Sean Porter hurt somebody, like go back and watch the Spence fight. Like when you seen him get a punch off or hurt Spence, it was simply because he was standing there on both of his feet. Porter moves so fast, which if you see, Sean Porter moves real fast. It's hard to even pace him, especially when he's standing there and be jumping back and forth. He'll jump in on you so fast. And I seen him doing that to both fighters. I seen him do it to both fighters, but I did see the fight not be the same with both fighters either. The things that, even though, and I will admit this, Crawford, in my opinion, got hit more times by Porter. But Porter didn't fight Terrence Crawford the same way he did Spence. And also this, what took Terrence, so the reason Terrence was losing rounds because Bo Magnum kept telling him, box this dude, don't get into no firefight with him. So Terrence was more focused on boxing him, but boxing Sean Porter is very difficult because of the way he moves his head and how, especially how he ducks under with everything. You really have to sit back and watch Sean Porter and notice after every punch, after even after a 1-2, because he gonna come in, he's gonna duck his head down. So when a fighter throwing a jab, he ducking under their jabs, they throwing hooks, his head down too far for their hooks to land. So you have to really pace yourself with him. And that's what I seen Terrence Crawford had to do. He had to pace himself and learn that this dude ain't to be boxed with. You know, he has an unorthodox style. You know, me going out there thinking I'm finna just keep hitting this dude with jabs, and it didn't work. But when they came and told Crawford, they like, look, you down on the rounds. Crawford said, okay, boxing over with. Boxing over. See, that's the special part also. Not only the killer instinct of Crawford. Crawford can adapt. Crawford can adapt. Listen, we may even see Spence winning the early rounds of Crawford versus Spence. But by the ability of Terrence Crawford, that killer instinct, that being the ability to adapt in the ring, to see why he's losing and change it, just like that, that's gonna be a lot for Errol Spence to deal with. That's gonna be too much for him to deal with, and I think that's what's gonna take the fight from Errol Spence. I give Errol Spence a lot of credit. I see it. Trust me, if you're an Errol Spence fan, I see it. I see the dominance. I see once he come out there to dictate the pace, he gonna win the fight. But he is not gonna be able to do that against Crawford. He is not. The only thing that worries me that I didn't think about, that one of my subscribers, that boy, talked to me about, was the fact that Spence is bigger. But I also seen in that fight between Porter and Spence and Porter and Crawford, Terrence Crawford just as strong too. You know, Terrence was bullying and pushing around Sean Porter ring a lot more than Errol was. If you look at it, look at the way that Terrence was handling Sean Porter. If you watch the fight completely and look at the way Errol Spence was handling Porter, because really, even though Porter was landing majority of the shots, you know, the banging punches and all that, he was really getting manhandled. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Crawford just walking to him and pushing him, slanging him around. So people looking at the size difference, but Jeff Horn fight with Crawford. Crawford's shoulders, he just as strong as any other welterweight. In fact, that's the reason that I feel that Errol Spence didn't pursue a unified fight as soon as he won a title. Because like we always have to bring up, Errol Spence did say on video live that he will fight this man once he got a title. I think the Jeff Horn fight was like a hold up sign, like, hold up, this ain't what we thought. This is not what we thought. This dude, we thought he was gonna come up to 147 and get bullied by Jeff Horn, because Jeff Horn is a wrestler too, a former wrestler himself. And look what he did to Jeff Horn. Look what he was doing with Sean Porter. So he's a strong fighter as well. So this is gonna be a hell of a fight, man. But I just see it like this. I just see it that the fundamentals and that aggressive style is gonna be reasons and ways for him to open up for Crawford, because the only way to really catch Errol Spence Jr. is if he is opening up. That's the only way you're gonna really catch him, if he's opening up. Other than that, he rarely gets hit. Porter really rarely hit Errol Spence Jr. Porter rarely hit Errol Spence Jr. He got some shots in, but he rarely hit him. So Errol Spence does have a tight defense and all that, but I'm just saying, different styles, different fighters. And I'm a fan of all. If y'all don't know, I'm a Keith Thurman fan to the fullest. I don't care what y'all got to say about body shots, none of that. That's still my dog, or no bandwagon jumping. But I just like Terrence in this fight. I was planning to go, but all this back and forth be BS. I'm going to watch on pay-per-view. Y'all, you got a t-shirt. These niggas crazy. That's true, young man. Thank you, well respected. D-Town, what's up with you? What's up with you? Bud the Cat on Boogeyman at 47. Yes. They don't really try to admit that, due to the fact that they be bashing them, talking about pay-per-view numbers, but y'all forgot that Terrence, was one of the most viewed fighters on ESPN. If I ain't mistaken, that number ain't been beat yet, if I ain't mistaken. What's up with your D-Lo boxing? What's up? People forgot how many punches Spence. You know what? What's crazy though? That's a good fight for me to watch. I appreciate you even posting that, Joseph, because I have yet to watch Hughes versus Spence full fight. I have not watched that fight yet, so that's something else for me to get a chance to look at too, to see anything. And one thing you have to understand is that when you looking at who can win a fight, even though I don't like the fact that Spence was lying to the public and he created a side across the street and he made up a bunch of excuses before fighting Terrence. You can't be biased when you're trying to predict the fight, man. And that's something I'm not doing when I say this. I'm not being biased. I'm not saying, I'm only looking at faults of Errol Spence. No, I see the good things he does. I see the bad things he does, which he really doesn't do anything bad, to be honest with you. But the style, the one dimension, the fundamentals, the aggressiveness is going to be a setup. It's going to be a setup. That's just what I feel is going to be a setup. That's why the fight hasn't been made yet, because Crawford wants his money. Can we blame him? Can we blame him? Both of these men deserve their money. It should be 50-50. Or it should be 40-40, and the winner takes the 20%. Both of them should get their money. It's only right, it's only fair. Both of these men should get paid. They're giving us entertainment, they're risking their lives. Both of them should get paid equally. Equally. That's the sad thing when you see boxing fans, people who are not getting in the ring taking a punch nowhere. We ain't taking a punch nowhere to our face, head, body, or nothing. And we get on here and we say that a man shouldn't get paid for getting hurt or for going out there risking his life for entertainment. That's something to say as a boxing fan when you ain't going out there taking a punch. I think we all can agree on that. No lies, he got 3 belts. Do you have any proof of that, Skrill? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People be saying this Crawford stuff. I don't know. The Spence fans, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no hate. But y'all, it's like y'all are literally looking for any reason. You know what it is? This is what it is. I just figured it out in my head right then. This is what it is. See, Spence fans really know that Spence was ducking Bud, but they'll never admit it. They like a black woman who didn't raise their child right. They'll never admit it. They know Spence was ducking Bud, but they'll never admit it. So what they are doing is they're looking for any little situation, any little hold up, any little thing that they could find on Crawford about this fight to say, Crawford ducking Spence now. Crawford ducking Spence now. That's all it is, y'all. That's all it is. I done seen Spence fan after Spence fan come back to back on videos and they say, oh, Crawford holding up the fight because he want this. Crawford holding up the fight because he want money. Crawford. But it ain't nothing but Spence fans. See, what they're doing is, let's find something to bash Crawford about. It's simple. Let's find something to bash Crawford about. Because we as Errol Spence fans know Crawford really wanted this fight. We've seen Crawford keep running after this man and mentioning his name. And this man went and created a whole cross the street phrase. We've seen that. We seen this man going out in the ocean and calling him out. We seen this man showing up to fights like Spence was there. We seen Errol Spence get up and run out the building when Sean Porter got stopped by Terrence Crawford. We seen that because he didn't want to get asked no questions about when they was gonna fight. We seen that. So y'all gotta come on, be real as fans. I don't understand why people know the truth and choose to pick a side. The truth is the truth. You can still be an Errol fan and say, yeah, man, Errol looked like he was ducking, man. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They ain't got no proof. I don't blame him. I'll get all I can, but he can't run around the ring all night because Spence's skill set is better than Crawford. I don't know. We're going to have to see. Like I just admitted myself, Spence got skills. He got them fundamentals down pat. He has those fundamentals down pat. What's the same that could be said about Crawford now? I haven't seen him say he was over the fight. I just heard him say that right now is the best time for them to fight. I don't know where you heard that from. He was saying he was over the fight because he was tired of chasing Spence. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. That man was chasing him for 3 years. He said he got to the point where he said, man, I don't even care about that fight no more. He chased him for 3 years. This man will out every fight. Who y'all want? Y'all know who I want next. I want Errol Spence. I want Spence. I want Spence. 3 years. Yeah, after 3 years, you'll get tired of saying you want somebody too, and this same somebody keeps saying that he the man at 147, but he going to fight people without titles. He going to fight people without titles, though. Y'all literally seen this, and yet but hopefully, soon all this gets put to an end. We get to see one of the best fights in the world coming on. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this all gets put to an end. All that he'll say, what I say, what you say, what anybody say, who all love the sport of boxing. Hopefully we gonna get a date real soon, y'all, and then it's gonna be on like popcorn. All right, everybody call your job, tell them you ain't coming in that Saturday. We watching the fight, baby. We watching the fight. Hey, I like that D-Town. I like that D-Town. That was a good way. How long did you chase pussy before you said that? I like that. How long he supposed to chase this man? How long he supposed to went around? I want to fight Spence. 1 year. I want to fight Spence. 2 years. I want to fight Spence. 3 years. I want to fight Spence. 4 years. Spence over the time. I got things I got to do across the street first. I got things I got to do across the street first, but I'm trying to be undisputed. I'm finna go fight Michael Garcia for 135, who ain't got nothing to do with 147. No, I got a title at 135. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go fight Danny Garcia, who ain't got no belt either at 147. All right. Just keeping it real, baby. Just keeping it real. That's all we can do. Keeping it real. No bias talk, no nothing. 2 black fighters, I support them both. Let's get this money. Y'all take care of them families. Y'all living good. 2 black men that accomplished a lot in their life. They risk their lives to entertain us. I'm not biased towards either one. I just have a feeling on who gonna win. I just want to see this fight like we all want to see this fight. That's all it is over here on Easy Work Boxing. No bias talk, no racism going on over here. Yeah, Danny duck. Danny moving. See, Danny is moving up to 154 because he's the gatekeeper. Danny Garcia is the gatekeeper of 147, and he knows that. So that's why he left. Cause trust me, he ain't finna go to 154 and do nothing but get beat up. Jose Benavidez finna beat the hell. He finna beat the hell out of Danny Garcia, y'all. Jose Benavidez, he finna beat the hell out of that boy. That nigga, man, you might as well call Danny Garcia a pinata. You might as well call Danny Garcia a pinata whenever he fight there, because he gonna get the candy beat out of him. That boy gonna get the can to beat out on. Oh, you just gonna see him taking body shots. And you gonna see Jolly Ranchers and shit fly everywhere. You gonna see Jolly Ranchers and shit fly everywhere after David with the tapping on that ass. I mean, Jose, I don't know why I be getting them mixed up, Jose. Remember Loma said he would fight Crawford at 147. He never mentioned his name ever again. Yeah, I bet he did. That boy got Devin Haney problems. He don't even want to fight Devin Haney. You know he don't want to see no Crawford. Yeah, Danny gonna get hurt now. You couldn't handle them. You couldn't handle the people at 147. You gonna move up to that bigger weight class? Think you finna run through a Jose Benavidez? Jose? No, man, this finna look real nasty. I think Danny Garcia probably gonna retire after this fight. If Danny lose this, he need to retire. All right, y'all, I got 4 more minutes. I'm gonna be on. Y'all hit them like buttons if you ain't hit them. Please hit them like buttons if you ain't hit them. Donate to the channel. Support your boy Easy, baby. Y'all know what time it is. Go to the description if you want to show the channel some love. Show the channel some love in the description. Hit that like button. We got 4 more minutes left, baby. And we getting off. I said I got to start putting my videos more. Every time I think about something with boxing, even if I said it in one video before, I got to get my numbers back up. When Errol move up, he's going to dominate. No, actually, when Errol move up, he's going to get beat. Just like David Benavidez. Every fighter that fought Errol, their careers are never the same. That may be true. That may be true. Well, listen, y'all. Let me see. Yeah, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get off. I thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all understand my comments on the video, what I feel about the fight. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, that's what the comment section is for. No hard feelings. I'm not like the rest of these channels. I'd like for people to comment to let me know if I might be wrong. It's something I didn't see. So I just want to tell y'all, for the love of the sport of boxing, thank y'all for tuning in. And I pray y'all keep tuning in. This your boy Easy Work Boxing. Y'all be safe out there. I'm out.